Imagine you're a police officer. You get a call about a woman sitting in her car on the side of the road. She says she just gave birth. The baby isn't breathing, so naturally everyone rushes to help. But here's the thing. Within hours, investigators would realize that almost everything about her story was a lie. And trust me, it only gets crazier from here.
The baby isn't breathing. I don't know what to do.
The woman making that call was Taylor Parker. And if you met Taylor back then, she probably would have seemed completely normal. She talked about her pregnancy, she bought baby clothes, she made plans for the future. In fact, people around her were convinced she was about to become a mother. There was just one tiny problem. But we'll get to that in a minute. Meanwhile, about an hour away lived a young woman named Reagan Hancock. Reagan was genuinely pregnant. She was excited, her family was excited, and she was just weeks away from welcoming her baby girl into the world. Sadly, she had no idea that someone else's obsession was about to collide with her life. As investigators later learned, Taylor wasn't just pretending to be pregnant. She seemed to be building an entire fantasy. The baby, the future, the perfect life. But eventually, every lie runs into the same problem. The reality. And Taylor's reality was catching up with her fast. Because the due date she has told everyone about was getting closer and closer. Then came October 9th. Taylor went to Reagan's home. At the time, nobody thought much about it. It seemed like a normal visit, a normal day. But according to the prosecutors, this was the moment everything changed. Because by the end of that day, Reagan would be dead, and investigators would be searching for answers. At first, detectives were trying to understand what had happened to Reagan. But then they noticed something strange. Taylor Parker kept appearing in the timeline. Everywhere they looked, there she was. And remember that 911 call? Yeah. That suddenly became a lot more interesting. Detectives started checking Taylor's story, and almost immediately, things started falling apart. They looked for doctor's visit. Nothing. Hospital records. Nothing. Medical appointments. Nothing. And then investigators uncovered the bombshell. Taylor Parker wasn't pregnant. She never had been. And suddenly, the entire case took a very dark turn. Because if Taylor Parker wasn't pregnant, then where did the baby come from? That's the question investigators needed answered. According to the prosecutors, Taylor had become so desperate to keep her fake pregnancy alive that she just targeted Reagan Hancock. And what happened next was horrific. Prosecutors argued that Taylor attacked Reagan and removed her unborn baby in an attempt to pass the child off as her own. Tragically, neither Reagan nor her baby survived. At this point, detectives were no longer dealing with a mystery. They were building a case. Phone records, witnesses, search history, timelines, and the more evidence they found, the worse things looked for Taylor Parker. Piece by piece, investigators believed they were uncovering a plan that had been months in the making. When the case finally went to trial, jurors heard the full story. The fake pregnancy, the lies, the investigation, and the evidence prosecutors said connected Taylor Parker to the crime. After hearing it all, the jury found her guilty. Then came the punishment phase, and the jury made a decision that would make headlines across the country. Taylor Parker was sentenced to death. Today, she remains on death row in Texas. The Taylor Parker case remains one of the most disturbing examples of how obsession can spiral into tragedy. A lie that grew bigger and bigger until it destroyed everything around it. Thank you for joining me on this Inkvestigation, and I'll see you in the next case.